So today I am going to discuss problem 1.1 on simple gas turbine. And the problem goes like this. In the closed cycle gas turbine, following data apply. Working substance is air, regarded as a simple gas with Cp 1 kilojoule per kg per Kelvin and gamma 1.4. Ambient temperature 27 degrees Celsius, top temperature 823 degrees Celsius, pressure at compressor inlet 1 bar, pressure ratio 4, compressor efficiency 80%, turbine efficiency 80%, heating value or calorific value of fuel as 41,800 kilojoule per kg, and heating loss in the heat exchanger is 10% of heating value. So find the following: compressor work in kilojoule per kg, heat supplied in kilojoule per kg, turbine work in kilojoule per kg, net work in kilojoule per kg, thermal efficiency 6, air rate kilogram per shaft kilowatt hour, 7, air fuel ratio, 8, specific fuel consumption in kg per shaft kilowatt hour, 9, work ratio, and 10, back work ratio. So let us solve this problem. Now, in general, whenever you are solving problem, particularly in thermal engineering subject, so it is suggested you must follow these 6 general steps. Number 1, try to draw the schematic of the problem. Try to draw the schematic of the system involved. Number 2, enlist all the given values and convert all the values in SI units. Number 3, write down the assumptions wherever applicable and possible, at least 3 to 4 assumptions. 4, enlist what is to be found out. 5, detailed calculation. And 6, conclusion or remarks, if any. In detailed calculation also, write the formula, put all the values, required values in proper unit, and then write the answer. Okay. So let us solve this problem. I hope all of you are there and paying attention. So as a first step, this is the schematic. So as you can see here, in figure 1, I have drawn the closed cycle gas turbine. In closed cycle gas turbine, process 1 to 2 is compression process, 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition in heater. So here heat is added actually. Then 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion, and turbine will give you specific work output. 4 to 1 is heat rejection, constant pressure heat rejection in the intercooler. And once again, process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression. So this system, this small schematic of the closed cycle gas turbine you can draw. Now after this, the very important step to be followed is drawing of or representation of all the processes taking place in that particular system. Here it is closed cycle gas turbine. on pressure, volume and temperature entropy diagram. So as you can see here, pressure volume diagram, I have considered pressure in bar, volume in meter cube, temperature in Kelvin, and entropy in kilojoule per kg per Kelvin. Now in this PV and TS charts, the cycle shown in green color represents ideal cycle, considering reversible process. So 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, entropy remains constant. 2 to 3, isobaric heat rejection, heat supplied in the heat exchanger. 3 to 4 in green color represents isentropic expansion of the gas in turbine, and 4 to 1 represents isobaric heat rejection in intercooler. Now process 1 to 2 dash, represented by dotted line in red color, represents actual compression of the air, and 3 to 4 dash represents actual expansion of the gas in turbine. So on PV and TS charts, I have represented accordingly. Now here, one point you please remember, I have represented reversible processes by continuous line and irreversible processes by dotted line. The reason being, thermodynamics deals with only reversible processes. So only reversible processes can be represented on property diagram. Thermodynamics actually does not recognize actual processes, dotted line. So just to represent something has happened between 1 and 2 days, I have joined these two states by dotted line. Okay. So please take care. You always draw irreversible or actual processes by dotted line. In some of the books, reverse convention has been followed, but that is wrong. Okay. So this is the required schematic of the system involved in the given problem. After that, enlist all the given things, even the information, whatever information is available, you write. For example, in this problem, it is given air as a simple gas, and specific heat of air and gas is given as 1 kilojoule per kg per Kelvin. Adiabatic index gamma is 1.4. Inlet temperature to the compressor is given 30 degrees Celsius. Convert it into Kelvin. Top temperature is given. Now what do you mean by top temperature? If you look at temperature entropy diagram, T3 is the maximum temperature, which is the temperature of the gas inlet to the turbine, and it will be the top temperature. So T3 is the maximum temperature or top temperature. It is given 823 degrees Celsius. Convert it into Kelvin, 1096 Kelvin. Then pressure ratio is given as 4. Now what is the pressure ratio? On pressure diagram, as you can see, P1, P4 are the lowest pressure and P2 is equal to P3 are the highest pressure. So P2 by P1 will be the pressure ratio and P3 by P4 will be pressure ratio maintained in turbine. So in our problem, nothing has given regarding the pressure drop. So values of these two pressure ratios, that is pressure ratio in compressor and pressure ratio in turbine, both I am going to consider same, equal to 4. Then inlet pressure of compressor is given as 1 bar. Isentropic efficiency of compressor is given as 80%. Isentropic efficiency of turbine is given as 85%. Calorific value of fuel is given as 41800 kilojoule per kg. Heating loss 10% of heating value, that is only 90% of heat value is available for increasing enthalpy. So what does it mean? Combustion efficiency is actually, or heater efficiency is actually 90%. Okay. So after drawing the schematic and enlisting all the given important variables and converting them into required units like temperature in Kelvin and other units in SI units. Then third step to be followed, assumptions involved. So let us consider all the processes taking place inside the components of closed cycle gas turbine are steady flow process, or they are in steady state. Assumption number 2, specific heat of air is considered as equal to specific heat of gas. So I am considering gamma value as 1.4 and CPA and CPG value as 1 kilojoule. Since it is a closed cycle gas turbine, so air is circulating everywhere as a working substance. Okay, and I am treating this as a gas. Then assumption number 3, no pressure loss in the heat exchanger and heat exchanger 2. Heat exchanger 1 and heat exchanger 2. Because in heat exchanger 1 is heater, where heat is being added at constant pressure, and heat exchanger 2 is intercooler. Heat is rejected at constant pressure during process 4 to 1. And fourth assumption, no change in kinetic and potential energy of working substance. So velocity and potential energy of the air as working substance is not going to change. Then step number 4, enlist what is to be found out. So we have a long list of parameters to be calculated, as you can see in the problem. Total 10 values to be calculated. So instead of enlisting them individually, I can say here, as per list I will be calculating. Okay. Then calculations. So here I will be doing detailed calculation. Now, before going into the detail of calculations, one more thing I will suggest, whenever you are solving problems on cycles, thermal cycles, it is always a good practice to find out all the temperatures first or enthalpy values first, whichever parameter is important. In our case, in this problem, temperature values are, we are going to calculate, and all the performance parameters can be represented in terms of temperatures. So we will try to find out T1, T2, T3 and T4 first. Similarly T2 dash and T4 dash, and then we will be calculating all the parameters. Okay. So let us start our calculation. So I will be starting with the process 1 to 4 first. It is always suggested you go process by process. First consider 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 1. So as you can see here, process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression and process 1 to 2 dash is actual compression. So process 1 to 2 is an isentropic compression. Now I am interested to calculate T2, remember. So we have this relationship from thermodynamics. P2 over T1 is equal to P2 over P1 gamma minus 1 over gamma. For isentropic process, this relation is applicable. T1 is 300, pressure ratio is given as 4 and 1.4 minus 1 over 1.4. So from here the value of T2 I can get as 445.8 Kelvin. Okay, you also calculate along with me. But T2 is not the required temperature. As you can see in the chart, the actual temperature what we get is T2 dash because we have actual compression process. So my job is to get the value of T2 dash. Now how to get the value of T2 dash? So for that I have to consider process 1 to 2 dash is an actual compression process. So in actual compression process, isentropic efficiency of compressor will come into picture. It is given as the ratio of less to the ratio of more. So isentropic will be less, actual will be more. Compressor is a work input device. So if isentropic compression takes place, it will require less work input like this, or H2 minus H1 over H2 dash minus H1. This formula I have discussed in the analysis of actual gas turbine cycle. Now I don't have the value of enthalpies, so I will convert it in terms of temperature. So Cp into Tt minus T1 over Cp into T2 dash minus T1. This will get cancelled. I have been given the value of compressor efficiency as 80%. T2 temperature I have just calculated 445.8. T1 is 300. T2 dash is to be calculated. T1 is 300. From here I could get the value of T2 dash as 482.24 Kelvin. So this is the required temperature after actual compression, and this is to be considered in calculation. So now we have the temperature T1, we have the temperature T2 dash. Now we have the temperature T3 as well given in the problem. Now my aim is to get T4 dash. Okay. Now next consider process 2-3, which is constant pressure heat supplied. So let us say what we get after considering the process. Is my pace okay, or I must be slow down? Someone please confirm. Is someone listening? Okay. Okay. Now let us consider process 2-3. So process 2-3 is an isobaric heat addition. So what we are doing actually, we are supplying heat. How we are supplying heat? We are burning some mass flow rate of fuel having some calorific value. Now we have some combustion efficiency of or heat transferring efficiency of heat exchanger 1. Okay. So this is the heat generated actually by burning the fuel outside the heat exchanger 1. Now what this heat will do? This heat will increase the enthalpy of air. Okay. So what it will be? Mass flow rate of fuel plus mass flow rate of air H3. This is the enthalpy of air at point 1. Then mass flow rate of air at point T2 dash, isn't it? So what is the logic behind this formula? At point 3, enthalpy at point 3 to the minus enthalpy at point 2 dash. This will be the increase in the enthalpy by supplying heat which is supplied in the heater. So that is there. I have discussed this formula. Okay. Let's say this is equation number 1. It will also require in later stages. Now if I consider only these two equations, this and this, I divide both the sides by mass flow rate. So it will become 1 plus m dot A over m dot F, and convert H3 in terms of temperature, CPA into T3 minus m dot A over m dot F into CPA into T2 dash. Calorific value is given as 41,800. Put all the values. It is in kilojoule per kg. Combustion efficiency or effectiveness of heat exchanger is only 90%, 0.9. CPA is common, so I am taking it outside, and this value of CPA is 1 kilojoule per kg. Okay. What will remain inside? 1 plus m dot A over m dot F. T3 is 1096 minus m dot A over m dot F. T2 dash is how much? 482.24. Okay. This way. So what parameter I will get from here? If you solve this, I will get this ratio of mass flow rate of air, mass flow rate of fuel, and this can be termed as air fuel ratio, and this value comes out 59.52. Correct? You people also do, and please confirm this value. So this equation will require many times. While considering heat addition, this equation will require many times. And from this equation, generally what do I get? I get air fuel ratio or some unknown temperatures T3. It depends on the problem to problem. It varies from problem to problem. So I got this value of air fuel ratio. Okay. Now let us move to the process 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is nothing but isentropic expansion in the turbine, and 3 to 4 days is actual expansion in the turbine. Considering these two processes will give me the value of T4 and T4 dash. So first consider process 3 to 4 is an isentropic expansion in the turbine. Similarly, from thermodynamics, T3 over T4 will be equal to P3 over P4, gamma minus 1 over gamma. As P3 is equal to P2 and P1 is equal to P4, isn't it? Constant pressure process. No pressure drop. So I can also write it as P2 over P1 gamma minus 1 over gamma. Value of T3 is 1096. T4 I want to calculate. Pressure ratio is 4. 1.4 minus 1 over 1.4. So from here the value of T4 I will get as 737.55 Kelvin. So at the end of the expansion process in the turbine, I will get this is the temperature. But once again, this is not the temperature, actual temperature, what we get after expansion. So T4 dash is the actual temperature. So what I will do, I will consider process 3 to 4 days, and it is an actual expansion process. When I am considering expansion process, turbine efficiency will come into picture. So isentropic efficiency of turbine, it is nothing but low, that is WT actual to the high. When turbine is operated isentropically, it will give you maximum work output. This will be H3 minus H4 dash over H3 minus H4. or Cp into T3 minus T4 over Cp into, sorry, it is T4 dash. Turbine efficiency is given as 85%. These two values will get cancelled. T3 is top temperature 1096. T4 dash I have to calculate 1096 minus T4 is 737.55. So from here T4 dash will come out 791.32 Kelvin. So what did I do? I could get all the temperatures now. Half work is done. T1, T2 dash, T3 and T4 dash I have. So all the parameters now I can calculate in terms of these two temperatures, and some of the performance parameters like work-air ratio, air rate, that I can calculate using formula. So the list is very long. I have to refer it once. Okay. Compressor work, heat supply, turbine work, all that things. Okay. Now let us do one by one. Now it is always a good practice to solve point-wise if the values have been asked to calculate point-wise. So number one is, what is it? Compressor work in kilojoule per kg. That means it is asking you to calculate a specific compressor work. So specific compressor work formula is H2 dash minus H1. In terms of temperature, it can be given as T2 dash minus T1. Cp is 1 kilojoule per kg. T2 dash is, please refer the value. T2 dash is 482. Please let me write it very clearly. 0.24 minus 300. So compressor work will be, and all these value will be in kilojoule per kg. So this value comes out 182.24 kilojoule per kg. This is the answer number 1. Got it? Then answer number, parameter number 2. So you have been asked to calculate heat supplied. Now from equation 1, if you remember, what is equation number 1? This. I can calculate the heat supplied. Okay. And please correct this. This is not specific heat. This is total heat supplied. Please correct this. So from equation 1, let me write down the formula for you. Let me reproduce it. Heat supplied, total heat supplied is m dot F into Cv into eta combustion is equal to m dot A plus m dot F into Cp into T3 minus m dot A Cp into T2 dash. Now let us say I am considering this expression. Qs is equal to m dot F into Cv into eta combustion. Now unit of this heat supplied will be kilojoule. But I want heat supplied in kilojoule per kg. So I have to divide both the side by mass flow rate of air. M dot F over M dot A into Cv, calorific value, into eta combustion. And now the unit will become kilojoule per kg. So Qs divided by m dot A will be specific heat supplied. This is nothing but fuel air ratio. Cv is 41800 and combustion efficiency 0.9. Now we have the value of air fuel ratio as 59.52, if you remember here. Air fuel ratio is 59.52. So fuel air ratio will be reciprocal of 59.52. So that value I can put here. One over 59.52 into 41800 into 0.9. So the heat supplied will be 632.17 kilojoule per kg. This is answer number 2. You could use this expression as well to calculate heat supply. There won't be any difference. Qs is equal to m dot A plus m dot F into Cp into T3 minus m dot A into Cp into T2 dash. Had you used this expression, you would have got the same value. So nothing to worry about the validity of the expression. Now point number 3 is turbine work. So since I am considering mass flow rate of fuel, turbine work can be given as 1 plus F by A into H3 minus H4 dash in kilojoule per kg, or 1 plus F by A into Cp T3 minus T4 dash. Put all the values. Fuel air ratio is 1 over 59.52. The value of Cp is 1 kilojoule per kg. T3 is 1096 and T4 dash is 791.32. So when you will solve this, WT comes out 309.8 kilojoule per kg. Answer number 3. Now point number 4, net work output. So we know net work output from gas turbine cycle is WT minus WC in kilojoule per kg. Now we have the value of WT as 309.8 and compressor work as 182.24. So W net comes out 127.6 kilojoule per kg. Answer number 4. Okay. Then answer number 5th. Thermal efficiency. So thermal efficiency formula is very straightway. Work output to the heat supplied. Work output is 127.6. Heat supplied is 632.17 into 100. So thermal efficiency of the gas turbine cycle will be 20.18%. Then step number parameter number 6, air rate. I have discussed different performance parameters related with the gas turbine cycle like air rate, cycle rate, heat rate, then work ratio, back work ratio, specific fuel consumption. So let me reproduce this formula for you. Air rate is 3600 divided by net work output, and this net work output is considered in kilojoule per kg, and unit will be kg of air per kilowatt hour output. So air rate will be 3600 divided by 127.6. Here all other things are balanced. Okay, unit wise it is balanced formula. Only you are supposed to enter numerical values only. So air rate comes out 28.21 kg of air per kilowatt hour output. This will be answer number 6. So purely formula based. Okay. Then 7. 7 is air fuel ratio. So this calculation for air fuel ratio I have already done. So I can write here from earlier calculation air fuel ratio comes out 59.52. No need to do that calculation once again. You have already shown that calculation. Then 8 is specific fuel consumption. The formula for specific fuel consumption is 3600 into fuel air ratio divided by net work output in kilojoule per kg, and unit will be kg of fuel, remember, per kilowatt hour output. Air rate is kg of air per kilowatt hour output. Specific fuel consumption is kg of fuel per kilowatt hour output. Fuel air ratio is 1 over 59.52 and SFC is W net SFC is 127.6. So SFC comes out 0.473 kg of fuel per kilowatt hour. Answer number 8. And answer number 9 is work ratio. Work ratio is ratio of net work output to the turbine work output. Net work output is 127.6 kilojoule per kg and turbine work output is 309.8. So work ratio comes out 0.41. It will have no units. And finally, the last parameter to be calculated is back work ratio. So back work ratio is the ratio of compressor work to the turbine work. Compressor work is 182.24. Turbine work is 309.8. So back work ratio is nothing but 0.59. So this way you can solve such numericals on closed cycle gas turbine or even simple open cycle gas turbine.